So every leader dreams of having that one project manager who's a powerhouse, someone who knows their stuff and tackles problems head on and runs projects like clockwork. But sometimes that brilliance can come with a side of chaos. Let's talk about a situation that many of us have faced, managing an incredibly skilled project manager whose interpersonal style was, let's say, a little bit intense. If you've ever tried to guide someone who really didn't want the guidance, you already know where this is going. A project manager in my team was phenomenal, absolute star at their job. If project management had an Olympic team, this person would be taking home the gold, maybe even 2 gold medals. Were they sharp? Absolutely. Were they reliable? Without a doubt. Detail orientated? Like a human spreadsheet, but with opinions. Lots of opinions. So the problem was, every meeting felt like a hostage situation. They just talked over people like it was a competitive sport. They messaged constantly. It was like, if there was a world record for team notifications, they'd have shattered it. They escalated everything, even when it wasn't necessary, like a restaurant sending your meal back because the plate was the wrong shade of white. Did they ignore coaching? Yes. They opted for the why take advice when you can just ignore it approach. It wasn't just about working hard, it was about working in a way that had the whole team wondering if we should start using burner phones. Now, I'm a firm believer that the best way to manage strong personalities is to give them more responsibility, a bigger challenge, a way to channel all that energy into something productive. Was that a great idea? No, it was very wrong in this situation. Major clashes happened with key stakeholders, especially with the technical architect. Compromise was not a word in their vocabulary. Escalations were happening faster than my morning coffee order. Skipped coaching and went straight to senior leadership as if I disappeared into the void. At this point, I wasn't managing a PM. I was managing a strategic game of how do I keep this person from escalating things to a place that no longer makes any sense? Now, as leaders, our first instinct is to guide, coach, and redirect. And I tried that. Trust me, I tried it. One-on-one discussions, boundary settings, and even the ancient art of let's just try to survive this week. But coaching can only work when it's received by the person in receipt. Not every high performer thrives under every leadership approach, and sometimes the best move isn't fixing, it's helping them find the right fit. Eventually, my senior leadership had reached a breaking point. I was told directly, keep this project manager away before it becomes a termination situation. That was the moment of clarity. This wasn't a matter of capability, it was a matter of fit. In the end, this is how it turned out. The PM moved on to a new job, and honestly, it was the best thing for everyone. Not because they weren't good at what they did. They were amazing. They were so good at their job. But because sometimes the right move isn't forcing a situation to work, it's recognising when someone needs a fresh start somewhere else. I think they knew at the time, as much as I did and the senior leadership team did, that things would be better if they just went and found a new challenge. So, what are our takeaways from a situation like this? The first lesson is technical excellence doesn't guarantee leadership harmony. Our second lesson was escalation should be strategic and overuse of it will damage trust, and that is a lesson for all, not just the project manager or for the seniors. Our third lesson was some professionals just need different environments. It's not about fixing but finding the right fit. Now, looking back at it all, I just don't regret the experience. It taught me that leadership isn't just about managing performance. It's about knowing when someone is in the wrong seat and having the wisdom to let them find the right one. So, have you ever dealt with a brilliant but challenging team member? I'd love to hear your stories, best or worst stories. You can add them in the comments, and you can even private message me if you want me to share some of your thoughts. I promise no escalations involved on this one.